DJ Cogswell, Modsnap Radio. We're here with the legendary DJ Nocturna from KTUH FM Honolulu and from Honolulu.
No, thank you, DJ Cogswell, for having me. Yeah.
No.
Thank you for coming on the air room here on KTUH, where you were.
Yes.
You were a DJ here once upon a time.
I was, and you just interviewed me.
Yeah,
so
you did a great interview.
I got to interview you. You have a lot of influence in Hawaii with the alternative scene and new wave, dark wave, and all that. And I'm very interested in knowing. I'm sure that some of our listeners and viewers might want to know a little bit more about you. As you know, you do a radio show here at KTUH 90.1 FM Honolulu. And what's that called?
So, it's called the Feast of Friends.
Feast of Friends, okay.
Yeah, Feast of Friends.
Nice. What kind of music do you play?
So, when I first started, it was simply dark music. That's why it's called. That's why I'm Nocturna.
Yes.
So, and then I, the 80s and dark wave and industrial, goth, post-punk.
Nice. And so that's where the name Nocturna came from. So it's dark music.
Nocturna. I just the whole origin of Nocturna was another DJ friend of mine.
Yeah.
We were thinking of a name. This is when I had KTUH before I became a DJ here.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, would you like to be? What name would you do?" And I said, "Well, let me think. I mean, at first I was gonna do some God, what's the name of that name I was gonna do? Some crazy name about the dead." And I said, "No, that's not gonna sound good." So then I figured, since I'm a night person, and nocturnal, so I figured I'll be Nocturnal.
Perfect. And it's been with you for about 15 years?
Yeah, a little bit like that. Over 15, a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's gonna direct my question.
Mm-hmm.
What started you out of radio?
So, I actually started in radio in Guam.
Oh.
So I did a radio show there. So a friend of mine goes, "Hey, there's this radio station here. It's called Public Radio for Guam, KPRG, 89.3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was back in 1997. I guess when you were here.
Yeah.
I was over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what was happening. And I have to give credit to a friend of mine, because I moved back to Guam in 1995 because my dad was sick.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize that I was gonna stay there. I thought it was gonna be like just a summer, and I ended up staying there. And then I was about to move back here, like after 3 years. Then a friend of mine who worked for she's a senator, and she said, "Oh, would you like to work for me? Don't leave, come back." And so I came back to Hawaii. And then I thought about it, and I went back over there. And if it wasn't for her, I just thought about this today. If it wasn't for her, I would not have started in radio in Guam.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
It just came back to you today.
Yeah. So when I went there, I started working for her, and I ended up staying there longer. And then I ran into a friend that said, "Hey, they're looking for a DJ at this public radio," And so that's why I got into radio. And so I took a chance.
Yeah.
I said, "Sure, I'll do it." So my show was called A Feast of Friends.
Over there?
Yeah, the Feast of Friends started over there with my my brother Ken. Was the one that figured that out. He goes, "Well, you love Jim Morrison. Why don't you just do A Feast of Friends?" I said, "Yeah, that's a great idea." Yeah,
I've always liked the name of your show.
A Feast of Friends. Yeah, it feels like I'm eating my friends, but I'm really not.
Yeah, it's something. Either that or they're eating together. One of the two.
They're eating each other. Yeah.
So you came to Hawaii, and then when you started the show, doing the show here, or?
Yeah. So after that, what actually took me away from Guam, being in one of the memorable stuff that happened at that station, KPRG, because my show was from 11 to 1.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm probably one of the first person in Guam. Because Guam, I think, heard about the 9/11 situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because for KPR, when I was working there, I was about to leave, and then I had to turn on the BBC News. Because we have the BBC News, right, at KPRG Public Radio. I turned it on, and then that's when I heard that an airplane hit one of the towers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, what? So I thought maybe the pilot just went. Got sleepy, fell asleep on I don't know what happened, a heart attack,
Nobody knew.
And then I was actually driving
Yeah.
So I left, and I was actually driving to the legislature because I was working for the senator already at that time.
Yes.
And then that's when I heard on the road that the other tower got hit, and that's when I knew it was something more than just the pilot crashing. I knew it was
Yeah, what it was. Yeah.
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 Yeah, so that's what, and then that was like I think like 5 months later I moved back to Hawaii.
Mm.
And then that's what got me. So I said, well, I want to continue radio because I really enjoyed it. So I applied here. I was going to school.
Yeah.
I was getting my master's here.
Okay.
And so,
then so you just got the show and then continued on Feast of Friends.
I applied, and
Yeah.
it took me a while though to have this time slot because I was doing the 3 to 6 a.m. for like a very long time.
Oh, I
Like-
I remember that too.
like 6
yeah,
months,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I'm like falling asleep on the wheel. When I leave at 6 a.m., I'm like, I was living in Aiea at the time.
Yeah.
So I was driving and I would see like accidents on the road, and at 6 a.m. and oh my god, it could be me. I'm falling asleep. A few times I've been like, I doze off for like 5 seconds. And that's not good.
That's a late hour. Yeah.
So my PD at the time, my program director was Malia Lyons.
Uh-huh.
You know, Miss Angel?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she was the program director at the time, and I said, I really have to switch my show. If I can't do it, I'm going to have to quit. If you can't find anything for me, because I just can't do the 3 to 6 anymore.
Yeah. And now you're here on Saturdays.
Yeah, so I moved to this show, this time slot.
Yeah.
So I actually applied many, many times.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Faith, the Wheel of Faith really had the universe has a way of giving you what making things happen is meant to happen.
Yes.
Because I applied for a 9 to midnight show.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. And then I applied for a 6 to 9 on a weekday.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. So I said, oh my God, I gotta quit. I'm gonna quit. If I don't get this time slot, and she goes, there's a Saturday night opening up. Would you like that one? And I go, okay, well sure, yeah, but what if I don't get it? I'm gonna quit. And she goes, then I got it.
Yeah.
So they awarded me the show.
Yeah.
That's I'm all here. So it's like, I really believe in destiny and things that just meant to happen, whatever the reason.
Yeah. So you've been doing this show for 17 years?
I would say about 17 years.
17 years. And you have a big following and a lot of fans, I would assume.
Well,
of course.
KTUH.
A feast of fans.
KTUH listeners are wonderful.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you got to give credit to these listeners because they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, exactly. And so, saying that, living in Hawaii, and you play, alternative new wave, dark wave, that kind of music. How is that scene here in Honolulu?
We got a scene here. It has evolved through the years. Back in the '80s, there was death rockers and there were the punks.
Yeah.
Then we had like Pink Cadillac and the Wave, and we had
those are clubs, or
okay. the Pink Cadillac and the Wave. They're all gone now.
Yeah.
I mean, all these clubs are just. They had Masquerade. They had so many. That whole strip of Kalakaua. That's where all the
near Waikiki. Yeah.
So and it has evolved. Of course, we still have a goth. We have a goth scene here.
Yeah.
But the music is different. Of course, we still have the original goth. Music.
Yeah.
The original post-punk and death rock music.
Do you know of any bands that originated from here?
There's actually one
bands?
that came here.
Yeah.
They actually I don't know, Raisin Black. I don't know if you heard of Mel.
Yeah.
So he actually played here very recently.
And he's from here, right?
Yeah, he's from here. He lived in now he lives in Florida, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was here. Brought over by Obsidian Productions.
Mm-hmm.
Like was it like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
Raisin Black. So the other band that's from Hawaii originally, but they're not really from here, but they started here.
Yeah.
I think one or two of them was in the military.
Okay.
So the band was called Soil and Eclipse.
Okay.
G.W. Childs, and he's my friend on Facebook, and he's they moved away, but it's an amazing band. And of course we've got so many others.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that comes from Hawaii.
But I'm just talking about the goth electronic bands,
Yeah. And, people tend to forget that the 50th state has a scene, and...
I'm sure there are more. I just have to think about it.
I'm sure there is, yeah. Now, on your show, you've had many guests, I know, come here.
Mm-hmm.
musical guest from Hawaii, or a musical guest, or just guest? Is there a memorable one or a couple ones that you want to talk
Oh my
about?
gosh, there were so many memorable ones. You know, I had to think about these because there were so many through the years.
Yeah.
So one of the most memorable, I believe, is James MacArthur. So he was the Dano in Hawaii Five-O.
Yes, I didn't know he had.
Yeah, and I was so honored to have him on my show. So he actually wrote a play called 20th Century.
Yeah.
And he played at the one of the community colleges here.
Mm-hmm.
So he came on the show, and we actually I have the interview somewhere, but I had it on tape. I had to change it into CDs to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like, wow. I don't even remember when that was. Like maybe like 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is before he passed away. So he passed away like 2 years later.
I didn't know you had him on your show.
Yeah, I was oh my god, that was like one of the most memorable ones I had. And I also had Yvonne Element, Hawaii's very own. Yeah, so she's interesting now. She came here by herself. She actually rang the doorbell.
Yeah. And
I said, "Hey, Yvonne," and and I'm a big fan of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
remind the listeners who she is.
So Yvonne Element is a disco superstar.
If I Can't Have You.
If I Can't Have You.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees, Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ Superstar and all kinds of things. And we even talked about her her connection to Eric Clapton's I Shot the Sheriff. She was actually a backup singer for Eric Clapton at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And she's from Hawaii, though.
And she's from Hawaii, and she still lives here.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had, and of course, the one and only bass player of the Smiths, Andy Rourke. He was here twice. I interviewed him twice.
Remember that? Yeah.
David J. of Bauhaus and London Rockets more recently.
Yeah.
Peter Hook, bass player of New Order and Joy Division.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bass players seem to all want to come here.
Yeah. Well, you've had some great people on your show, so that's good. It's good you've been able to do that, and you're also part of the local live event scene here. I mean, you partake or coordinate or do different types of live events besides like DJing live, but also like something Miss Vamp Hawaii. You've been doing that for a while.
Yeah,
what is that?
So Miss Vamp Hawaii is a very interesting. It's actually a beauty pageant. Mm-hmm. We took the concept of vampires, like, we took the concept that, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, that everybody's different and everybody has their own special talent. So that started in 2010 with me and Lana Saldania, and then that went on for about 6 years. So it's kind of on hold right now. We haven't done it in a while. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It was at the Hawaii Theater.
Yeah.
So it's a very interesting concept. We have women who are just unique. It's probably the most unique beauty pageant ever done in Hawaii.
Of course, by you. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't mean it that way. Not because of me, but it's just unique in its own way because it's not the traditional beauty pageant.
Yeah, and that's thanks to you and your team that you're doing that. Yeah. Hopefully that'll come back up again sometime.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, so you do some other events like Acid Wash.
Acid Wash, which is coming up. Acid Wash is kind of like, we're thinking of doing it like 3 times a year. So this is the latest one, April 27. Yeah. It's taking place at next door. Yeah. With G Spot Quicksilva and me and Anna Medina on
that's downtown, right?
Yep.
Yeah, downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to your event.
I played your event. Yeah. So 80s pop music is gone, but we had that for 6 years. It was at Bar 35. It's another 80s night. Yeah. Then I also do, this is a yearly thing. I do the Hawaii Horror Ball.
I've seen that online, and I have not been in Hawaii for that. That's interesting.
Yeah, so that one takes the concept of horror. I love horror flicks and all that. Yeah. So it's one of those, and then the Venetian Mass Ball, which is another concept of of Venice and the the mass.
Wow. Yeah. So you do a lot, more than I thought. What keeps you going? Not to say that
music,
but what keeps you just to thrive? Besides doing a daytime job maybe or something. Mm-hmm. You're doing the radio show for this long. You do all these events. You do the music, you say.
Yeah, I don't know. I love music, and I love I love doing this show. If you're talking about this show in particular, I love helping people. I love doing interviews with people.
Mm-hmm.
Depending, of course, if it resonates with the show, it has to fit in with the show, you know.
Right.
But I do love to interview people, and I learn from it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to raise like awareness and consciousness, you know, and
Yeah.
you know, some of these, you know, KTUH is a forum, and I'm lucky to be here. It's a forum for people, you know, who can't afford, you know, I mean, you know, getting advertisement.
Yeah.
On the regular radio station, it's expensive, you know.
Right.
So, and a lot of these, you know, I like this. A lot of these, some of these artists are starving artists. You know, they don't.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, people. Some people they don't make money. They do it for passion. You know?
Yeah.
When they do like these shows, you know,
Yeah.
these productions, right? And it's good because it's unique and different. You know, so I've had many people on the show. I just love to interview people and give them an opportunity, help them out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seems like you have a basket of goodies, you know, a feast of goodies, so to speak,
Yeah.
of things that you do for the community, as for music and events, and
Thank you.
like I said, help people, because you also help people when you play your music as well.
Yeah.
You know, because not often we turn on the radio and you hear this kind of stuff anymore, you know, and
Yeah, that's true.
it's good that it's. I mean, we can always go on the internet, but there's something about radio that's different.
Well, you know, KTUH is. I mean, we have many DJs here who play different kind of music. That, you know, that you don't hear on mainstream radio.
Yeah.
It's not mainstream.
Yeah.
It's not. It's unique. It's different. It's obscure. You know.
Camera Obscura.
Yeah.
Your other live events that you did. Yeah. Do you still do those or no?
You know, I stopped doing that. That's been like that was my goth days when I did all that goth stuff. You know.
I gotcha.
But that was like a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Weekly thing, monthly thing. It went through evolutions of.
Yeah.
You know, I moved to several clubs and I started up in Cadillac and then it went to Bar 35 and other clubs that are no longer around anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it went through so many evolutions.
Yeah. Well, Hawaii's had a long-lasting alternative new wave scene, indie scene, goth scene, dark scene. I mean, I lived it myself in the 90s, and when I left there, and then, you know, I can still see you keep it alive. I think you do keep it alive, and it's not much the same as it was before. And you keep the music alive on the radio, and, you know, as you know, Modsnap Radio, we do the same. We try to do the same thing, and is there anything you want to add, or?
Yeah, so let me see. So I'll be bringing down, I don't know how you want to edit this. So the other guy that I'll be bringing down to Hawaii, he's going to be DJing, is a legendary John Fryer.
John Fryer, okay.
So John Fryer is, he's a legend of his own. I mean, he's been, if you're familiar with This Mortal Coil and the 4AB label, he was part of This Mortal Coil. He has produced a lot of records, albums for so many talents. New Order, the Castro Twins, you know, so many different ones. Let me see here. There's a whole list. Peter Murphy, Platinum Zymlocks, mostly the 4AB label.
Yeah.
But a Mute, and they also did the Mute, and Rough Trade, and he was all part of that. You know, so he's gonna be.
You bringing him down? You're bringing him down here?
Yeah. So he's gonna be. He's also has a record label now called Black Needle Noise.
Okay.
So he's gonna be DJing. Yeah.
Nice.
But he's an amazing producer.
Do you have that date set yet or no?
No, it's probably gonna be in the summer.
Okay. Well, let us know where we go check up on you. On Facebook or?
Yeah, it'll be on Facebook. Yeah.
DJ Nocturna.
DJ Nocturna, yeah.
It's nocturnal, but Nocturna. You know, and look her up on Facebook, or you have a website too, djnocturna.com.
Nocturna.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
And WordPress.
Yeah, there you go. So keep up to date, and especially if you live in Hawaii or come visit Hawaii. And of course, if you're into this, if not into it, then get into it. Make sure you happen to come during her events. Make sure you come to them. I've been to some of them when I come over here.
Oh yeah, you're DJ.
And they're intense. You know, yeah, they're well done, and you know, and I think anybody, whether you're visiting or live here, should take advantage of that, especially in paradise, so to speak. Yeah, Hawaii. You know, it's a beautiful place. It's beautiful music. So, well, and anything else, Nocturna?
Yeah, so another thing is I'm gonna launch a podcast radio show.
Yes.
Which is a new project. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, but I just I put it off because I'm busy here and doing this. But I have a good setup and everything. Yeah. So and I got some inspiration for the name. So somebody I know. She's a spiritual empath. So
Ah.
she gave me an idea on the name, which is going to be the Queen of Wands.
Queen of.
Queen of Wands, which is a fire energy. Since I'm Sagittarius, I'm a fire energy.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it would be called the Queen of Wands, a podcast radio show, I guess.
Nice. So we can find that on your Facebook and
Yeah,
website as soon as that's up and ready going. Yeah.
Yeah.
John Fryer and a podcast. What kind of upcoming things is that? It's nice.
And Acid Wash coming up soon.
And Acid Wash coming up. Yeah, the event. So a lot going on.
Yeah.
I thank you,
Thank
Nocturna.
you. Thank you, DJ Cogswell.
Yeah, thank you for giving the time to talk to Modsnap Radio. Radio to radio. You know, your talent is well appreciated.
Thank you. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for doing that alumni show.
Yeah. They
amazing
should able to let me play deluxe accommodations here for 3 hours when they have an alumni show.
I'm liking this mix. So I'm gonna make it just. Can I make it loud so people can hear?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
This is DJ Cogswell.
Yay!
Yay!
On Nocturna's show.
Yeah. This is the 80s. Yeah, you gotta play this on your show too.
Yeah. I will.
I mean, this is like. People are loving it. I see the people are texting me right here about you.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not reading the text yet, but obviously I'm getting all these text messages. Kind of cool mix of 80s, see?
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. We'll tell them thank you. Thank you, Hawaii listeners.
Thank you.
And thank you, Nocturna.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
Right.
we'll keep going on with the show tonight.
All right.
Mahalo.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
I know all the flowers will be back again.